Hey, I'm Lynne Munro. Welcome to my isolation video. Brought to you almost entirely by myself. You may get some sound effects from the neighbours' kids, and you may get some production assistance from my 3 fuzzy cats. I'll introduce you if they're kicking around. I think there is actually one kicking over in the garden, that's Diesel. I have 2 other ones, Lily, who's actually getting on a bit now, she's 16, 17, and I have McGill, who's about 1 year old and she's got 3 legs, so she's quite interesting if she comes bouncing into the scene later on. So this is my home setup, so I've got a nice chair out in the sun, got my motorbike, obviously clearly that's for playing outside, I got some bands hanging up there, I've got my squat rack with TRX on it, got my road bike on a trainer there, and if I come around this way a little bit, I've got my rollers, my track bike, and I've got a hip extension machine. So plenty of tools to play with. What I thought I'd do today is actually show you some bits and pieces you can do with your phone or an iPad or something similar to record some footage of yourself in your training. What I don't mean is this. So clearly if you want to increase your social media followers, then that's obviously the best one to do. What I actually meant was this. So there's a number of things that can be useful in recording yourself. I think probably most cyclists out there understand that aerodynamics is super important. So there's positional stuff you can have a look at, trying to get your back flat, trying to get your elbows in, having a look at how effective you're maintaining that position and your form, and how effective you're maintaining it under fatigue. The other side of it that we commonly miss though is that your bike setup can also influence how much you can produce power. So same thing is putting your phone at the side, or your video at the side, and having a look at yourself as you go through your efforts. Jump off, be quite discerning about it and say, you know, did I hold my form? Was my form consistent throughout the efforts? Was I changing my position or shifting around on the bike under fatigue? The other thing you can do is put the camera at the front or the back. If you put it at the front, you can have a look at how well you're tucking your elbows in, again, whether your back's flat, whether your knees are tracking. How many people you see when you're sitting in cafes watching riders go past and your knees are all out to the side and wobbling around. Putting from the back, and you can see whether your hips are moving up and down or whether you're keeping yourself square. And of course the worst thing you can see in a bike when you're actually under fatigue is all this kind of stuff going on, and you know, so are you keeping yourself steady and under form throughout the effort? And whilst we're doing another cat, that's Lily, 17-year-old. Anyway, so what I thought I'd show you is just kind of a good setup. So what I've got here is my bike on a trainer, I've got my iPad in front, and the best thing to do is try and get it at a level on its sort of side on to the middle frame of your frame, and that way you're actually getting everything in the frame evenly. Like some of the things that I see when people send me videos remotely as a coach to contribute to, or to give feedback on, is they'll have it from an angle up here or down there. Is you really want it square on, so that you're getting everything in proportion, so there's nothing kind of distorted about the picture. If I come around this way, then obviously I want to try and see that the screen itself is square. To, you know, you can set it up as a reference to the ground. Some tripods will have a little bubble marker. If you don't have a tripod, by the way, there's a little tool which will just come over here. Some of you, I'm sure, have seen these before. There's little things like this where you can kind of move the arm and attach it to things like, so you don't have to have a full-on tripod. You can find something like broom handle, which will do just as well. So once you've got your footage, you can download an app, or there's even freeware available for your laptop. So there's plenty of tools for analysing things, and you can lose days on this stuff, let me tell you. So it's great for isolation. This is something I downloaded for my iPad. So this is one of our sprinters. Quite high leg speed, so I can put it on slow-mo, I can change the rate of the slow-mo, I can scroll forward and back frame by frame, so I can stop at a certain point in pedal stroke. I can draw lines on it, which is great to see if you do have a flat back, and I can do that while the video is playing as well. I can load a second video to compare, so this is good because this was a session we were comparing his bike setup. So if I turn it around there, I can play both videos at once, and I can link the scroll bars so that then I can get them both at the same point in pedal stroke, which is really nice for comparing bike positions. So if I go from there Then I can step up to my laptop. This is Conveyor, so freeware, a little bit more functionality, same sort of thing. I can play, I can add a second video, I can go frame by frame, and you can see that I've added joint angles on it, so you can have a look at your thigh compared to your torso, or your saddle height, and have a look at what your knee angle is. And also it's really nice for me as a biomechanist. I can add trajectory points and I can export the trajectories and do lots of funky maths on them. So yeah, some good stuff out there. Plenty to get more out of your training sessions. Enjoy, stay safe. Thank you for watching my video. I'm sorry you didn't get to meet my third cat, but that's for another day.